Hey, if you all haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Hell, this is how I'm making this podcast right now. It's free. That's the best part about it. Creation tools that allow you to record from your phone or laptop or almost any mobile device. It'll distribute your podcast for you, Spotify, Apple, and so much more. And best of all, you can get paid for it. Make money from a podcast with no minimum membership. Probably even if you have none until you get a following, but it's free. That's all I can say about it. It's the best.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of the Topic Shuffle. I totally forgot what we were called there for a minute. It is currently Tuesday. We're recording for a Wednesday episode because life has happened and our schedules and weather and all kinds of stuff has not been friendly to us the last couple of weeks. So I'm here with Ernie. You know, this is Michael, your host with most, and then you have Ernie. But
what do you mean you have me? I mean, I'm pretty awesome too.
I'm the life of this party, let's face it.
I mean, just because you like to talk.
Shut up, Michael. There's one of the many things I can do with my mouth. I like to argue, you know, keep it infuriated. Okay, I'm going to start going instead of this day in history because, you know, Wednesday's hump day, kind of boring. But I'm going to kind of cover the whole week that the episode is. And I found an interesting fact, you know, February 13th, 1861. And I found this fact very recently because it happened again. February 13th, 1861, anti-Lincoln rioters attacked the U.S. Capitol to stop the count of the electoral ballots. So history is repeating itself, folks.
It wasn't the first time.
Yeah. You know, my Ernie's rule, we're really not a political person. I just thought that was interesting. But it just goes to show that history does repeat itself.
Always.
I don't care if you're for Trump, against Trump. I have my opinion, you have yours. That's the way we're going to leave it. So, what to talk about today? How's everybody's Valentine's Day? Mine was spent with Chinese food, a movie, and going grocery shopping. Yay, Single Awareness Day.
So what movie did you watch, Michael?
What movie did I watch? Shit. Actually, no, I watched the Librarian series on Hulu with the show that used to be on TNT. And actually, Librarian was 2 movies. But I liked the 2 movies when I was little, like 12, something like that.
Nice.
Then they made a little series out of it. I think it's like 3 or 4 seasons. It's got Noah Wiley, who played the librarian in the original movies, and Rebecca Romaine, stuff like that. So,
sounds fun.
So what did you do for Valentine's Day?
Well, me and my wife, we went and ate breakfast in the morning, and then we both went to work. Or I went to work. I think just me.
Yeah, I think she was off. I think I helped her that way.
Probably. Like I said, I know I worked, and I know we went and had breakfast, and I, shoveled all kind of food in my mouth.
So, actually, I think I had leftover Chinese. Yeah.
Leftover Chinese?
Yeah, because Saturday I went visited my friends, and I drove all the way to Clarksburg to get them Chinese, and they spent $98 in Chinese, but, like, they'll eat on it for a few days. I'll just have my hand off the table.
Today is not your day, is it, Michael?
No, like...
Do you want to tell everyone what just happened?
All right, I'm just going to start with this morning. You guys know my job and stuff. I work at a psych hospital, do transports. Left at 9:30 for a doctor's appointment for, my transport. First appointment was 11 o'clock, and, in Morgantown, I live in Weston, which is about... Let's see, we're on exit 99. The first doctor's office was like exit 155, so about 55 miles. And we get up there, and that doctor's appointment goes really, really quickly. We get in like before 11, we're out at like 11:05. The next doctor's appointment's not until 2 o'clock. So I'm like, okay, me being the forward thinker that I am, was like, I'll call the doctor's office, weather's bad, people cancel, woohoo. No, there was not any earlier appointments. So we sat in the parking lot of Review Memorial for 2.5 hours waiting until 2 o'clock to go to this freaking appointment. And I get back, Didn't get back to work till 22. Went and got my grandma's medicine. I had not eaten all day, so I stopped at KFC and got me like a little snack, chicken, whatever the hell they're called, chicken snacker sandwiches, and something to drink because, if I don't eat, I get a freaking headache. Then I'm like, okay, I need a new coil for my vape. So I stopped, and I have 2 different tanks for my vape, and one tank I know where it's at, the other one I have no clue. Well, I bought the wrong coils and did not realize until I got home, and me and Ernie were getting this set up. So I'm like, okay, let's go on an adventure. And we went back out in the snow, and for me to get, my coils and stuff like that, got there, and I took the coils that I just bought with me, hoping it was like, their sign says no exchanges and stuff, but I'm like, thumbs up to the guy that works at Vape Street in Weston. I was like, you can take these back. Like, I only took one out. You can still use the other 2. And he exchanged the 2 I gave back for the two that I needed because somebody, pointing a finger at myself, forgot their wallet.
You're Michael.
At the house. Get back in the Jeep, and I'm like, okay, I want to go ahead and prime it because today's been shit. No,
you're not.
I left my juice set here on the table, which I'll give a shout out, which is, green apple from Sweet and Sour, or the finest Sweet and Sour. It's really good. If you want to know where I get my vape supplies and stuff, my juices and stuff, I have a really awesome website that's really cheap. If you just message me on the Facebook page, Facebook.com/Topic Shuffle, I'll give you the details and stuff like that. I feel like I'm talking too much. So, Ernie, how was your day at work today?
Well, my day was not as interesting as yours. Got there at 8. Freaking, it was slow. There's really nothing for me to do. So, from 8 o'clock until 10:30, I was in the back talking to the pastry chef and just picking and bullshitting. And then whenever I got back, I had like 4 dishes. That's it. All freaking day. They should have just let me stay home and sleep.
Usually you don't work on Tuesdays.
Nah, I usually don't. Usually whenever it's slow, they let me home and, the cooks keep up with the, 20 dishes all day. It was so slow, the manager actually went home. Bye. I'm going home. I don't want to do nothing. There's nothing to be done. So it was slow. There was a total of maybe all day supposed to be 30 people there with 1 reservation in the restaurant. Slow. I was running around trying to find things to do.
For something you guys to do, how about you post on our Facebook page or send us a message on Anchor and tell us how your wonderful second Monday went. Because that is what I'm calling this, the second Monday. Because my Monday yesterday was actually pretty fantastic. It was easy. It was quiet. It was a holiday at work, so none of the big bosses were there. Well, the CEO was there, but he was wearing jeans and a hoodie, so I don't think it really counted. I love my CEO. He's awesome. He will get on to you as quick as he'll tell you a joke. So, I'm good with that. If I deserve to be in trouble, I'll take it. If I don't deserve, I'm going to put up a fight. So, Ernie was telling me something when we got back. This is a funny story on my grandma, and kind of wanted me to. My grandma used to have a little white PT Cruiser, and we went to, I think it was either Walmart or Sam's Club up in Clarksburg one time. And we go up to this PT Cruiser, and I try unlocking it with the key, and it wouldn't unlock. I'm like, well, maybe the battery's dead, So I'm trying to unlock this car, and it won't unlock. I'm like, well, what the hell? And my grandma walks with a cane. Or most times she walks with a cane. She should walk with it. Anyway, I'm trying to get into this car. My grandma screams, "This isn't our car," and takes off running and leaves her cane behind. I'm like, what the hell? Her PT Cruiser was like two lanes away, and yeah, I was like, Ernie was telling me about trying to get into his mother-in-law's car. Yeah, I can't keep track of his family.
Yeah, it looks identical to my little Jeep Latitude, except from the front,
Big
same
Jeep.
color. Yes, it is.
Big Jeep.
Hey, I don't have a good paycheck. I'm sorry. But,
Not a good paycheck either.
I mean, how much more do you make a paycheck than me?
I don't know how much paychecks are.
My paychecks are between $490 and $550.
Okay, I think about $800 to $900 more than you.
Yeah.
I clear anywhere between $1,100 and $1,400 every 2 weeks.
That's why you got a real Jeep.
Okay, here's something that, like, okay, borderline politics and stuff like that, and it's a big debate. The $15 an hour minimum wage. What do you feel about that?
Bad idea.
If they do it slow enough, I can see it being good. Like, instead of
Maybe. If
like,
they do it incremental.
yeah, which I think that what I've seen is it is going to be incremental, like the last 2 minimum wage increases.
But here's my fear. Okay, this guy makes, say he makes $10 an hour. Okay, this guy makes $15 an hour. Okay, this guy makes $10 an hour. Okay, the guy that works so hard to make $15 an hour, now he's making minimum wage.
Now,
and also everything's going to go up, so it's just going to be about the same, because instead of only paying the minimum wage we got, now they have to pay $15 for the smaller milk processing, so milk might just go up to $8 now.
yeah. So,
I say,
like, I'm all for a gradual increase as long as they prorate, the other incomes too.
they won't. I was never prorated whenever it went up before, because I made more than the minimum wage. They never prorated.
But that is your business, because every time minimum wages went up and I've made more than minimum wage, I've always been prorated and my pay has increased as well. So that depends on the company itself.
Yeah.
But, like, okay, I'm not the kind of person to be like, I make this, you make that, ha 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 ha. But sorry, I got a message from work. Okay, I went to school. I'm a licensed professional on staff. I'm a licensed practical nurse. I know some people were like, "Well, you're just an LPN, blah blah blah." I worked hard for that license. I went through 12 months of hell, like literally LPN school's hell. They take pretty much 3 years of RN school and shove it into 1 year. Granted, we can't do everything an RN can, but I make $27 an hour. I just did get a raise. But I work at a facility where you don't have to have a medical knowledge. You don't have to be a CNA to be a health service worker. They'll hire health service workers off the street. So for them to be making $15 an hour, me only making $20, I don't think that's right. I'm not saying I should make like $30 or $40 an hour. No, I mean, that would be nice. But, I worked hard for, and if, like, again, my opinion and stuff like that. Oh my God. Hang on. My opinion and stuff like that, I think they should definitely increase the ones that already been, have worked hard
to get where they're at.
To get where they're at, yes, thank you. And I am a firm believer. Like, I tried a college thing. I went a semester, did not like it. I went to trade school. That's where I got my LPN, Fred Everly Technical Center in Buchanan, West Virginia. They have all kinds of adult classes. They have cosmetology, LPN, and they do high school students. I kind of wish I would have went and did my CNAs in high school, or even phlebotomy in high school. But no, like, I was going to be a journalist. I still like to be a journalist. But alrighty. But yeah, that's my soapbox for today.
That's your soapbox for today?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's not my dog, that's the neighbor's dog.
Oh, okay.
He's got a rougher bark than what mine does.
I don't think I've ever heard yours really bark and paid attention.